Hey my friends, welcome back to Rosie's Creative Wings. So I'm here today because I wanted to share some things that I've been working on, especially like these little junk journals that I've been working on. And so I finally finished one of them and I wanted to share that with you. I am actually working on two of them, but I finished one because I'm trying to get myself to try to make junk journals faster. It takes me forever to do a junk journal, so I figured in a smaller size I would probably be able to do more and quicker. And also I enjoy just creating junk journals and creating the little pockets and things that go inside of it. So I wanted to share with you my first little journal, and here it is. And so this journal is I think it's 5.5 by 4. Let me see. I have a little notepad here, especially just for that, for my just to make notes in regards to my junk journal. So yeah, it's 5.5 by 4. And so I did show the covers in a previous video, and I did show some of the ephemera that was going in here in a short video. So here it is. I had so much fun creating this little journal. And I must say that I think I created it within 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, but usually I take months to do a journal. So this is my little journal here. And so I'm gonna just take this off. So this ribbon here, of course, I cut it out of just regular cotton fabric like this. I dyed it with my FW inks, acrylic inks, and the color is perfect for this journal. It does look a little rustic and grungy, which I like. That's the idea. And then I did add a little bit of this fabric here in the edges. And so this is what the cover looks like, because I am covering a little bit of it with the closure. So this is the front of the journal. So sorry about that. My son just called me. So this is the beginning of, this is the front of the cover. And then this is the back of the cover. So I had this fabric for a while, and I wanted to do something with forest animals. And so since I had the idea to create these little journals, I figured I would use the fabric for it, and it's so pretty. And so here what I did was, this is actually a piece of canvas that I received in a D-stash, 2 big sheets. And so it's actually real canvas that's already gessoed on it. And so I cut a piece out and I colored it and tried to match the front, which worked out really, really well. And it's so pretty. See that? Looks really imperfect there, and a little bit rustic and grungy, which I like. So I think it went really well with the cover. And then these little brads here actually came from a live sale that I did, that I purchased from my sis Elsa, the bargain hunting crafter. And these were actually silver. I actually inked them up so that it matched the spine. That worked out, and I think it came out really nice. And then here, as you see, I was playing around with different types of binding, and so this is a one-hole binding technique. I came up with it myself. I mean, I've tried to look to see if there's other people that have done it this way, but I don't see anyone that has done it this way. So this is a one hole binding method that I use. I practiced a little bit on the side with just scraps and stuff to see if it would work, and it did. And so I figured that I would do it on this journal, and I think that worked out really well. And so if you want me to show you more in depth, I can. Here I have some, just a piece of cardboard where I did it, and I think it turned out okay. I just practiced a little bit with it, but then over here I also did, this is the first one. I just put like some scraps together just to see if it was something that would work, and I like the way that it came out. And so it's only one hole in the middle, and you bind it that way. But one thing that I learned while doing this one is that I have to do notches on each page if this is a type of binding that you want to use. It's very easy, which I like. Sometimes when I make journals, since I do all the pages, and the last thing that I usually do is bind the pages to the journal, but I like to play with my pages, do the pockets, sew if I have to, put every little thing that I'm going to put into the pages, and then the last thing I do is sew it into the binder, into the spine. And then I always get nervous because I feel like because it's so bulky, I'm not going to get it straight or even or accurate. And so, you know, making more than one hole is always nerve-wracking for me. So I decided that I wanted to come up with something that's much easier to put all these pages together. So this is what I came up with. But yeah, also you can also like dangle anything from there. So I did have to protect the page is here, because with this type of binding, if you're not careful, your pages, the binding can tear into your page. So, but I'll show you that as I get into the middle of the signature. So here in the front, I have one of my metal flowers. I did dye it with that FW ink, and I put a little cluster here, and I think that turned out well. Also, I discovered while painting, while adding the ink and the color to this flower, that I get impatient, so I use my heating tool, and it actually melted a little bit of the flower, which actually gave it a really pretty look. So that was a nice mistake, or just something that I also discovered because of this type of, this is like the sheer ribbon, and so when you put the heating tool too close, it'll melt, it'll like crinkle it a little bit, and it gave it a nice look. So I thought that was really cool. Okay, so let's get into the journal. So as you can see, this spine doesn't cover the whole spine. It just, I wanted it to be different, so I made it so that it's actually smaller than the spine, and you can still see some of the signature sticking out, which is, that was the idea that I was hoping for. And so as you can see over here, you can see the difference as from the spine, and here is the actual cover. And so here in the inside, I just added some cardstock, and it has like I think those are dragonflies or crickets. They look like crickets or dragonflies. And what I try to do in this journal is it is a mixture of different things. It's not totally the theme of forest animals, but it does have, I try to put into it nature and a bit of what represents forest animals. So this paper here is from my Crafters Consortium pads that I had ordered a while ago, and they have like forest animals on there. And this one, I think this is it looks like grasshoppers or something like that, but yeah, that was that. And then I put one of the really pretty doilies that I received from that package that I ordered on eBay that had all the ephemera and vintage pieces. I was able to use so many pieces of that bundle that I ordered from eBay, which I'm so happy for my journals, which I think I'm going to order another bundle from her. I really liked her bundles. It gave me a lot of ideas too. So anyway, so this, I just backed the doily up with some cardstock in the back just to make it more sturdier. And then this here is, this is coming from another one of my favorite art magazines, Art Journaling, and I get it in Barnes and Noble, and it's also, they come out every few months. I think this one is, let's see, is this the same? Yeah, this one's from October to November, but this is an older one. This is a 2020, but I think these come out, yeah, every 3 months. They come out with a new one, so I was able to get this out of this catalog. This is my second favorite catalog. My first one is Somerset Studio. And so I just backed it up with some cardstock, and I just put some fabric on the top there to make it pretty. And that goes in that pocket. So then here is the first page. This is, of course, scrapbooking paper. I added a trim here. Here is like a little pocket, tuck spot. And here I added one of my little cards that I made from my vintage paper that I showed recently. So I just made it look a little rustic and grungy there, and I added that really pretty flower, and I splattered some paint on there, and I sewed that flower. Isn't that pretty? That's so pretty. And so I'm putting that right there. And then this is just a receipt from those little packets that you order from AliExpress, that they bring a lot of retro ephemera. So I put it there. Here we have some coffee dyed paper. We have the little deer there. Again, I did leave some pages blank, so for journaling on there. Here we have a music page. Here we have a vellum pocket, and this is one of the vellum pages that I printed the vintage, that book that I bought. I printed some, I scanned it in and I printed some on the vellum paper, so I made a pocket there. This is another cute tag that I made from that paper. Backed it up with some craft paper, threw some splatters on there. Super cute. And this is just like a notepad paper that you can just journal on. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I also found a way to ink my staples. So when I staple something, instead of it being silver, it's gonna actually be brown or more rustic looking. Then here I have another pocket here. This is dictionary paper backed up with cardstock. Put it there as a little tuck spot or pocket. Here I have another one of those. Oh, let's see, it's got a little stuck here. The papers that the vintage papers that I was able to scan, and so I did add the rim here for like a coffee stain. I splattered on it and I added this flower, and so it looks like a note. And then I put it in here with this clip that I just altered and added that pretty stone to it. And then here I have, this is the tracing paper where I was able to print some of that vintage paper on there. And so I just made that into like a flat. So you can journal in the bottom here, the coffee stained paper, and bring it back down. More journaling space there. Here's a really pretty paper that I thought went really well with the forest animal theme of the book. I actually got this from For the Love of Paper. They have really pretty papers in there. That book, scrapbooking book. Here is another place to journal on, and here's this really pretty cute owl that I put there. Here you have a mushroom that I printed out, fussy cut, and just put it in there as a tuck spot. And then I just printed out some really pretty images of forest animals and backed it up with cardstock. And then this is just a little piece of the cutouts. I think it's one of these books that I got it in, the Crafters Consortium books. I'm not sure which one I got it from, but it's one of them. So I just cut it out. You're going to see a few of those through the book, through the junk journal. Here I have another pocket, and this time there's a wolf there, black and white. I did some black and white images because I love those in black and white, and then I also did some sepia colors, and then right here is another one of those scanned vintage papers, but this one I did it on handmade paper, and look at that pretty look. When you break the edges, it's so pretty. And then I added this dried flower to it, so that goes in there. This nice little image there. Here you have some I fuzzy cut these wolf and the little baby, the mommy and the little baby. Here's another copy of that vintage paper. This is just regular copy paper, but it looks so pretty. It looks like the page, because when you scan it in, it looks like that. And so I added a sticker here. I have some of that sackcloth that I made rustic and grungy looking, and I sewed it there. Here you have another little, I think this is a it's not a squirrel, it's one of those red panda bears. Super cute. Here you have another tuck spot here. This is one of my painty papers. I added this strip here with a tag. And then here you have a little skunk that I backed up with cardstock. And here you have another one of those vintage little tags. Here you have another pocket, and then I just did like a little cluster here. I should add something else to that. And then this is just some matte paper, and I made a little pocket on there. And then this is just like a card, library card, and this is just one of those vintage papers that I cut out, and I printed it out on parchment paper and just did a little bit of inking on there just to make it look old. Here's another little tuck spot here with another tag. And these are the AliExpress little ephemera pieces that come in handy. They're really cute. I just inked it up a little bit. Those go in there. Here's more journaling space. Here we have another little pocket or tuck spot here. Another vintage little tag here. I did a little cluster there. I sewed. And then you have a image of a cute little squirrel. Those go in there. And then here you have a little deer. And here I just put a little clip here that I altered with some buttons. And then here's a little pocket. Let me just check this out. And then here you have two more little tags. So I did have to put something on the front, but I totally forgot to do that. Two little tags that go in here. And then I can put this right back. And then here on this side, I have this was actually made a while ago. I showed this on a BB Crafts video. This was one of the projects that I made with the flaxseed, and so I just cut it shorter and I made it into a belly band there. But it's like a cluster of papers and fabrics, and I sewed a little bit of it. So yeah, so I thought it would look nice there. So, and then I also created this tag here, some mixed media in the back, and then I added that really cute bear, the bunny, and the deer, which I put together in a software. And I added that tag in the back, and I just added this. And then here I have another pocket here, and I have one of those really pretty tags that I made with the vintage paper. This one is I think it's that see-through paper, is it? Yeah, it kind of looks like the 3 see-through paper, but since I backed it up on the craft, it doesn't look that much of a see-through paper, but still looks beautiful. So I added some splatter, and I added that really pretty dragonfly and this ribbon. And so I put it this way so that the ribbon could stick out this way. Here I have an envelope that I just cut out, altered it, sewed it. This one came in one of those the vintage bundle that I ordered, so I just put it there like that. And then this is another piece with a cluster on the side of that pretty paper that I was making. That's awesome. I love these papers. So that goes in there. I added this butterfly there, and then here I have like a little belly band. This paper also came from that bundle that I purchased from eBay, so I thought it would look really pretty there. Then this is just a tag that I made, and this paper is coming from the Dollar Tree batch. It has like little gold particles in there, and I just made like a cluster and I sewed up there. Some more journaling space. This paper also came from that batch on eBay. What I did was I just cut it up and sewed it to make it fit in this book. Most of these papers actually I manipulated them so that they fit in this book. So I did cut one side, and I sewed them together just so that they could coordinate nicely in the book. So I did the same thing with this one here. And then since there was a little slot there, I just made it like a tuck spot. And so I put these little ephemera pieces in there, and this other little tag. I put some of that fabric, or I forget what they call this, that I got from that bundle. And here's another pocket. And this actually came from my second favorite book, which is Somerset Studio. I just cut it out and made it into a tag, and the tag in the back comes from BB's Closet Creations. She gave me a few of those in a journal that we swapped. She sent me a really beautiful journal, and she added some of these cards, and so I just made that into a tag. And this says, I also love it when I find an old book that has a book plate in it. I remember seeing these things in my parents' books when I was growing up. So it's kind of like I could relate to her in a way, you know. So that's why I like these books. A lot of what's in it is the style that I like, art. So I made that up, put it in here. And then here I just put like a little belly band there, and I just also took this from one of those books, and I just made a tag. And this one I backed it up with this really pretty paper that I use. This one is Dawn Chorus, the paper boutique. So that little bird up there, I thought it was cute, so I backed it up with that. Some more of that coffee dyed paper. This is just a postcard that I made into like a flap here, and then in the back I also made it into a pocket. So this right here was coming apart after I put it on. So I just added this fabric here. It doesn't come apart. And then I also had like a piece of a little pocket over here, a tuck spot, and then altered clip. Here's another letter, or another one of those vintage letters that I made into like a note. And I did the coffee stains and the splatter again. That's so pretty. And this is coming from that vintage paper that you can buy at Amazon. And then I added that pretty flower there. So I just put this, how did I have it? I think I had it like this. And then here, I just had like one of those inspirational cards that I put in there. And then on the other side, the other side of the card, there's another pocket here. And so I just added, this is coming from BB. She gave me a lot of these really pretty paper, and I just made it into a tag. It goes right in there. And then here I have another pocket, a little cluster here with the bunny. I have another one of those inspirational prayer cards and a library card. This came from that eBay batch bundle. Here I have another pocket, and this is the paper again that I printed out on vellum. Look how pretty that looks. That's gorgeous. Do you see that? That's gorgeous. And so I have another one of those really pretty tags in there. I have just one of those cards from the cardstock, and I just added this. This is one of the AliExpress ephemera papers. And I just put this trim on it. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Then I have the specialty paper here that came in that eBay batch. That's so pretty. And I just added this trim on there. Here I have a bunny that I fuzzy cut and backed it up with cardstock. It just has a tuck spot. Here's another inspirational card, prayer card, and it's a cute little cutout from the cardstock. Here I have another pocket, and here I put like a little cluster there in the pocket. Another inspirational card, and this is just a ticket. Some more space to journal on. Here I have some dictionary paper, and I'm in a tuck spot. Look at that cute little panda bear. Super adorable. And I have two little playing cards that I backed up with some pretty paper. Some more of that coffee stain paper to journal on. Here I have another belly band at the bottom here. I have another picture of a really pretty box, and this one I just changed the color to like sepia. That's so pretty. And here's another tag from that AliExpress, that type of paper. I just backed it up with cardstock. Here I have another pocket as well. And then this is kind of similar to the first pocket. Cut this out of the art magazine, backed it up with cardstock, and this one says, if you're like me, Once you exhausted the traditional methods of inventing, you begin to look outside of the mixed media world for new ways to add texture, color to your work. And I can totally relate to that. So I made it into a tag. I thought that was really nice. I added some more. This fabric right here I got from that bundle of eBay, and I love this fabric, and I'm running out of it, and I don't know what type of fabric that is, but I love it. Look at that. This is the other side of that paper. The little tuck spot there. Here I have a little clip, and then here I have this paper is also coming from that eBay bundle. I made a pocket in here, and I just put this cute little card in there with that one. And then here I have another pocket up here with that picture there, and another one of those cutouts. More space to journal on. Here I have some of that waxed bag, so I put it in there. This is just one of those vintage old I don't know if it's a library card, maybe, but yeah, it came in that package of ephemera pieces, and this is just one of the vintage papers that I scanned in and just made it look rustic and grungy, and then just put it in there. Here I just added some stickers from the antiquarian book. Here I have a little raccoon that I fuzzy cut and put there as a tuck spot, and I have that little photo of a fox, and then another one of those cards, and more of that pretty ruffle there. Here I have another little picture of a fox. Here I have a raccoon. Here I have a belly band, and this is some of my painty paper. And this paper I also received from that eBay batch, and I just made it into like a little book or whatever you want to call it. I just folded it, so I thought that was pretty. And this part too, I just put it in here. Some more of that painty paper, some more of that scanned paper. Here I have a little porcupine, some more space to journal on. This is coming from a piece of cardstock that my sis Crafting with Isabel, she sent me at one point Happy Mail, and had some of these cards. But what I did, the same thing, I just cut it in half and made it fit into this journal. I sewed it, and then here's a really pretty picture of this white fox. One of those tags that I made, and just one of those ephemera AliExpress pieces that I backed up with some cardstock. Those AliExpress pieces are really good for ephemera. Here I have a little baby deer. Here's another inspirational card. And here's just another piece of that vintage book on parchment paper. Do this way so it could stay in there. Here's that other side of that pretty paper from For the Love of Paper. Look at that raccoon, how cute he is. Super cute. And that coffee dyed paper, I love that. Here we have another pocket, again with that vellum paper, so pretty. Some dictionary paper, I just made a tag out of it. And then this is just like one of those notepad papers, which I just folded. This paper is coming from one of these pads. They're pretty ruffle. We have another one of those same pockets, vellum pockets on the top this time. And I just added this cute little porcupine in there. And here is another one of those notepad papers. Some musical paper, coffee dyed paper, that really pretty porcupine or hedgehog, I'm not sure what it is. Then here we have another pocket. Here I put a little cluster on there with a little tiny tag. And then here I have another pretty card that I made with some dried flowers. Backed it up with cardstock. I did some sewing on it. Super cute. And then this is just another one of those ephemera pieces. And then on the last pocket, I just have one of these cards that came from the eBay bundle. And this is just a verse from the Bible. And then we have this really cute bunny, black and white photo. And then in the last pocket is similar to the front pocket. I just have this tag in it that I took from one of the magazines, the art magazines, and I just added this to it. And I just backed it up with cardstock. And that goes in here. And that is the end of my journal. I had so much fun creating this journal. I am working on a second one, similar to this one, same size. I'm going to, of course, bring you that one when it's ready. Yeah, guys, so what do you think about this little journal that I made? I must say that it took me a lot less than what I would usually take to make a journal, so I think I'm on the right track when it comes to what did I do here? Hold on, guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it so that I could put it the way it was when I started. Yeah, so let me just put this together and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've been working on with the other one. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put this in my Etsy shop. I don't know that anyone would be interested in purchasing it, so but possibly I will, because I'll be honest with you, if I'm going to make more journals, if I'm going to work on I can't keep them all. So I may put this one in my Etsy shop. I am right now working on my Etsy shop. I'm trying to put it's just, I took out everything that was in there, so I'm going to start from fresh and from scratch again, with a new banner, with everything. And so I decided that I'm not just going to put handmade things in there. I want to put a variety of things in there. Originally when I started my Etsy store, it was mainly handmade things, and so I don't want to limit myself to just that. So I'm trying to brainstorm and come up, making lists and things like that as to what I want to put in my store. But yeah, I don't want to limit myself to just handmade goods. I am definitely putting my kits in there, which I still have a whole bunch left. But I'm trying to figure out how to, that I have to take pictures, and since I have a lot of fabric, I have to find a way to put it so that it doesn't take too much of my time putting all this stuff together. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. But as soon as my store is up again, I will definitely bring it to you guys so that you guys can go check it out. And yeah, so let me just show you. So for my other journal that I'm working on, which is the same size and kind of similar style, but the cover is totally different. Of course, the inside is going to be different. This is going to be some of the pages that are going to go in there. I already have a lot of pages that I put aside or that are in there already, but because originally for this one here, I actually was going to do 2 signatures, but I get a little crazy with my journals. As you can see, there's no way that I would be able to fit 2 signatures because it was just too much for 2 signatures. So I figured, let me just make the first signature a little bulky. Let me just take some of the second signature and put it in the first signature, and that'll work out like that. So whatever was left over from the second signature, I'm putting it into the other journal. But so I also remembered that I collect gift wrapping paper, and I thought I should put some of my gift wrapping paper into the journal. So look how pretty this paper is. So this is gift wrapping paper, and what I've been doing is cutting the paper in a way that it's gonna look this way for my journal and not this way. You know, sometimes when you make a journal and you cut out a paper, it's not facing the way that you want it to. So for me, that bothers me a little bit. So I'm making sure that my pages are facing the way that I want them to, even if it means me sewing them together, which that's what I've been doing. So I'm going to be sewing them like this, but when I do put them together, at least it's going to work nicely and flow nicely. So let me just show an example. I have some of them here. So this paper, for example, is the scanned paper. And so see how I did that? I sewed it in like that, but they're going to flow nicely when you put it in. It's going to be one direction, in the correct direction. Here's another one. These are 2 completely different papers, but I sewed them together. And then here's another one. So this one here, when I cut it out, I didn't realize that I had to leave a little bit of a tab to sew it in. And so what I did was, with the extra piece, I just made it in. So I kind of like Frankensteined it. So there you go. Because I like this paper. I think this paper is so cute. Black and white little flowers. And so you see how I added that there to make the spine, and so it fits perfect. This is the perfect size. So what I'm going to do here is, even though I sewed it, I'm just going to enforce it a little bit with something here, because when I do make the hole, I don't want it to come apart. So yeah, so that's the idea that I'm going to do with these. Look how pretty this vintage paper is. So these are all wrapping paper, and I still have a lot left, so I just took a piece out of each. That's so pretty. This is actually tissue paper that was gifted, that came with something in Happy Mail, and I saved it. That's pretty. So I cut them all like that. So this one here is also wrapping paper. Look how pretty that is. It has like that silver foil. This one also, and this one has like that gold foil. This one also. This one's beautiful. This one's it looks like watercolor or oil painting. And then this one is double-sided, which I love. See that? So yeah, these are all gonna go into that second binder. I mean, junk journal. Here's another one. Has a little bit of that gold in it as well. Here's another one. This one is double-sided, which I love. So if I sew it this way, it's either way, it's going to be fine. And then this one is such a pretty paper. I'm running out of this one. I got to order more. And I'm going to do the same. So that's the same idea for all of them. So I'm going to try to fit all of these into my journal. I don't know if I'll be able to, because I do have already some paper in there. I'm not going to show the cover because I'm going to ruin it. And I don't want to ruin the surprise, but yeah. So I don't know how long the other one's gonna take me, but hopefully it won't take me that long. Yeah, so that's what I thought. I thought that creating smaller journals, I can make them faster and see what happens. Also, I had an idea for oh, also I wanted to show you that for this one here, I was gonna put a little dangly thing, but I remember that I had made these here, and these are like the Crafters Consortium little forest animals, and I had made like a whole bunch of little dangly pieces out of the wood, these wood pieces that I had ordered. Look how cute that is. A little bunny. I have a little bird. And so if I put this junk journal into my Etsy store, I'm definitely going to add one of these to it, because I just had it in my, I call it my surprise box, because I'm just adding stuff that I create in it. Look at that. Even this one goes really nice with the squirrel. But I also have some mushrooms here. Look how cute is that. I have a little cupcake there and another mushroom. And so these I created a while ago. And I was looking through the box and I realized, oh, look at that. These go perfect. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to add one of these to it. I can even add it to the ribbon here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But if I do put it on Etsy, I am definitely going to add one of these to it. Then I still have I have a whole bunch of tags in here and things that I created. This is going for a bigger junk journal. Let me just show you this real quick, because I don't want this video to be too long. Like, my videos are always too long. So this right here, it's an old planner that I had purchased in Barnes & Noble. This was 2020, I think I purchased this one. And so this one lasted to 2021. And look how pretty this is. So I did take pages from this. Look at that. This is the cover. I'm thinking about using these covers for a journal. Look how pretty that is, right? This one already has the pocket. The cover, you don't have to do anything to it. So the only thing is these holes here. Even though I do have the machine that does these holes, but I haven't used it in a while, that means that I would have to create all the pages like this, which I'm not sure. And I do have like the metal, but I don't know, maybe I'll just change it up and not use it that way. I just want to make it easier to make a journal. I feel like if I do start making these holes, and if I make them uneven, I'm gonna mess up the pages. So like I said, I haven't used that machine in a while, so. But I don't know, I can always do something different with the spine. I can always cover this, which is probably the idea that I'm going to go through and make something like this. But cover it and then just make my journal from there. But this is so pretty. And then look at the pages. Look at that. You can definitely use most of these for junk journals, which I have used them already. The journal that I swapped with BB, I put some of these pages in there and I really love them. They're so whimsical and so pretty. And then some of the pages are like this completely. And then look at this, how gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. So yeah. I'm going to buy me a few more of these planners, because even though if I don't use them for what it's supposed to be for, I can definitely use it for junk journals. Look at that, how pretty. Look at that. So colorful and pretty. Yeah, so I think that that's another idea that I have that I may be doing. And then also I thought about doing another journal like this, with just wrapping paper. Just wrapping paper. But I am just I'm gonna go back and order some more wrapping paper. It's been a while since I ordered more. Yeah, guys, so that is what I've been up to. My mind is in my brain. It's like, it's all over the place with these ideas that I have. So I have a little notepad where I have junk journal ideas, and I put them all in there because I have so many going through my head and I know I'm gonna forget, so I just make notes of everything. So yes, my darlings, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the showing of my little journal. Let me know what you think. I will definitely come back with that other journal once it's finished, but yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take me, but hopefully it won't take me that long. But yeah, I'm going to come back with that. And then I'm still going to be doing my playing card art prompts that I was doing before I actually did my challenge, my creative art prompts by you challenge. I was doing my little cards, my playing cards. I'm going to do some of that. I'm still going to be doing some of that. Of course, I'm still going to be doing my art journaling and, you know, my other art on the side besides this. So thank you guys for coming along. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.